Welcome to the 2013 Golden Apple Awards. Tonight, we celebrate our community's greatest treasures, a select group of outstanding teachers. Please welcome to the stage this evening's hosts, the Meridian family of stations owner and manager, Mike Reed, and the publisher of the Meridian Star, Tim Holder.
Nelson Mandela said education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world.
Henry Adams said, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops."
And William Butler Yeats said, education is not a filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire.
So with that, let me welcome you to the 2013 Golden Apple Awards Annual Teacher Appreciation Banquet. We're so glad that you're here. Thank you for taking time out of your busy Tuesday night right after a Memorial Day weekend to be here with us to help celebrate teachers. We started this program a year ago because we felt like there was a void and a gap in terms of recognizing and showing appreciation for teachers. And all you had to do is go through this first season of the Golden Apple Awards to realize, as you saw each teacher be recognized and receive an award, the emotion that sprung forth as a result of that, and to see how the schools and the students and the peers and the teachers all rally around that. It was a very moving experience. And it's so nice to look out here tonight and see all of you here to help show appreciation to teachers. They're the unsung heroes. They're the people that don't get enough credit or recognition for what they do. In my book, they rank right up there with the firemen and the police department and those people that put their lives on hold to be able to help others. And they don't get enough credit for that. So that's what this program is about. The other thing I'd like to mention is that this is a joint venture between the Meridian family of stations, our CBS, NBC, and Fox stations, and the Meridian Star. It's rare to see two competitors set aside their competitive differences to come together to try to do something good for the community. But we felt like coming together would show this community how to rally support for the community by working together and putting those differences aside. This is also a focus on education. Our area needs that focus. We need to bring a limelight on education and on educators. So this program helps to serve that. And it's a way to recognize, again, our unsung heroes. I also want to mention that this program has had such great success in the first year. This is the first year that we've put this together. And look around the room at how many people are here at our first annual banquet. It's a great success thanks to you, and we appreciate that. Thank you. One other thing I'd mention is that recently our TV stations were awarded the GIVE Award by the Governor's Office. It's the Governor's Initiative on Volunteer Excellence. And we're recognized out of any media organization in the entire state for our volunteer efforts. And I will tell you that it was the Golden Apple Awards, I think, that triggered that. It was the fact that we had done this program that really caught the attention of the state. So your participation in that is also to be commended, and we appreciate so much that participation in this. So thank you. Tim?
Yeah, we're here celebrating the teachers and how important you are to this community. The number of lives touched are limitless. And here's a number, 80%. 80%, this is the number of high school graduates, now 25 plus, living in Mississippi. That's a big number. And teachers in this room and throughout the state have touched those lives. You know, teachers lead, they inspire, develop character, and serve. You know, not just in the classroom, but also helping with service projects, after school tutoring, honor society, clubs, athletics, band, and so many other activities. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank you.
So with that, I'd like to invite Dr. Rhett Payne, if you would please come up and join us. Dr. Rhett Payne is a pastor of First Presbyterian Church here in Meridian, and he's going to do the blessing for us. Thank you, Rhett.
Before I pray, the quote by Adams was really powerful. A teacher affects eternity, and you never know where the influence will stop. And so as you think about that, think about the influence that you have had as a teacher, that your teachers had on you, and let's give thanks to God for that. Let us pray. God our Father, we give you thanks for this day, Lord, and for an opportunity that we have tonight to honor our teachers. We thank you, Father, that you are the fountain of all wisdom and of all understanding and of all knowledge. And you have given us a gift, Lord, in imparting that knowledge to us so that we can learn. And the only way we can learn is to have teachers teach us. And so we thank you for the teachers, the educators, the administrators that are here tonight to celebrate the teachers in this room. Father, we thank you for this community, for the young people in this community, and for those who sacrifice and labor to teach them. And sometimes, Lord, they feel unappreciated. And so we thank you for the vision that the Meridian family of stations and the Meridian Star has to applaud and to congratulate and to celebrate our teachers. And so, Lord, bless these people who are here tonight, these teachers who have given of themselves to impart knowledge. And thank you, Lord, that to teach is to touch a life forever. And so I pray your blessings upon the teachers here. I thank you, Lord, as I think of my teachers, I thank you for the way they touched my life and pointed me in the right direction. So thank you, Father, for the opportunity to celebrate the teachers here tonight. Would you bless them? We thank you for the food, the time around the table. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Rhett. So, as you enjoy your meal, we'd like to introduce some of our important partners in education that help to make this possible. We'd like to start with our title sponsors. I ask you to hold your applause till the end, please, but these are the folks that help make this program possible. Muna Federal Credit Union, First Mississippi Federal Credit Union, Meridian Mutual Federal Credit Union. Those guys all came together, those three companies, as the Meridian area credit unions to help title sponsor this program and bring it to you. Then our key sponsors, Richard Schwartz and Associates, Southern Pipe and Supply, Mississippi Power Foundation, Mississippi State University of Meridian, EMEPA, Avery Dennison, Meridian Community College.
And also, I'd like to take time to introduce our table sponsors for tonight. Lockheed Martin, Woodstock Furniture, New South Ford Nissan, Van Zyverden, John O'Neill Johnson Toyota, Little Caesars and Popeyes, Leading Edges and Citizens National Bank, and EMBDC. Thank you.
Isn't it great to see how the community comes together for a program like this? Thank you all. That's fantastic. In addition to that, we have some very distinguished guests we'd like to recognize. If I could get you to stand up, please, if you don't mind. Mayor Sherry Berry.
Senator Terry Burton, excuse me.
Speaker Greg Snowden.
Lieutenant Superintendent Dr. Daphne Buckley.
Superintendent Randy Hodges.
Superintendent Dr. Alvin Taylor.
Superintendent J.O. Amos.
Superintendent Dr. Virginia Young.
Thank you all for taking time to be here with us and out of your busy schedules to be here and help us recognize these teachers. In addition to that, we have some special thank yous to Mississippi State University Meridian and Meridian Community College.
Little Acre Home and Patio.
And Kim's Restaurant, responsible for this great meal you're having this evening.
And now we'd like to introduce one of our partners in education, Barbara Jones, VP of Operations with Meridian Community College.
Meridian Community College is celebrating its 75th anniversary, and our legacy of excellence is largely due to the classroom teachers at our college and the teachers in our local schools. We are proud to be a partner in the Golden Apple Awards. Our mission at Meridian Community College is to improve the quality of life in Lauderdale County, our surrounding area, and in our state. By far, the most important factor in quality education is the ability and the passion of our teachers. One good teacher has the opportunity to mentor hundreds of students and tap the human talent not yet touched or recognized by the student. Good evening and welcome to this program. Meridian Community College is so proud to be a sponsor for the Golden Apple Award program because we recognize the importance of teachers. I look around and I see teachers that I've known professionally and personally, and just to be in this crowd with a group of people like our honored teachers who really shape our future because of the dedication that they have to our students is really overwhelming. We are glad to be a partner in this, and we encourage all of you to continue to support our educational systems. We appreciate what the K-12 schools do because you truly provide the foundation for our success, and we want to thank all of you. I would like to ask our first recipient to come forward, please, and if you'll just come forward, Tamara, as your video is shown, we would like to present you with an award. Tamara Mills.
Our community is full of creative, tireless, and caring teachers. And now we're showcasing the ones who make a real difference in the lives of our children by rewarding them with the Golden Apple Award. Our first winner comes to us from Newton County Elementary School near Paws Square and Self-Discipline Avenue. We surprised Tamara Mills in her 4th grade classroom to give her the Golden Apple Award.
I was very surprised. Very surprised. I'm very humbled.
As a language arts teacher, Mrs. Mills uses several different methods to keep learning fun for her students.
We're always doing things. We're very animated. We're learning a poem right now. And, you know, we'll all get up and recite our poem and move around the room. I have little dances and chants and cheers that I use to try to teach them to remember different things.
Tamara Mills' fellow teacher, Jessica Thomas, nominated her for the award. But Jessica says it was her daughter, Abby, who gave her the idea.
When we saw the advertisement for the Golden Apple Award, she looked at me and she said, "Mama, we've got to nominate Miss Mills." And so I said, well, we will, you know, and I mean, there just really aren't enough words to express how much I appreciate what she did for my daughter.
Danny Lindsley, principal at Newton County Elementary School, echoes those sentiments about Mrs. Mills.
She really just has a unique passion for teaching and goes beyond that. She has compassion for those students. She cares about them in many different other ways than just teaching them the educational part.
I treat them like they're mine, and I tell my parents that I really treat my school children like they're my children, and I'm real open, real honest with them. I tell them what I think, but I love them. I absolutely love them.
In case we failed to mention this, I think it's important for you to know that each month when we went out and did this and recognized each teacher, some of them were done in front of their classrooms, some of them were awarded the monthly Golden Apple Award in front of the entire school. But in all cases, every teacher received $1,000 worth of school supplies from Avery Dennison. They got a check for $300 from the federal credit unions, and they got a Golden Apple Award trophy that they could take back to their classrooms and put on their desks. And it was a great special moment for us as well as for each of them, I hope. The next partner in education that I want to introduce to you is Miss Julie Bowles, Communications Director from EMEPA. Julie, would you mind coming up and joining us?
75 years ago, EMEPA made a commitment to serve our community, and that commitment continues today. We are active in supporting education throughout East Mississippi, from providing electric service to school buildings and ball fields, to taking a group of students on a trip to Washington, D.C. each summer. We understand the value in supporting the education of our community's young people. We are dedicated to aiding the growth of our community and proud to be a part of honoring the educators that are shaping the character of our future leaders.
Good evening. It is truly a pleasure to be here to recognize one of the teachers that we had the opportunity to present the Golden Apple Teacher Award to. Not only is she an outstanding teacher, but we've actually worked with her throughout the years as part of EMEPA's Youth Leadership Program. And the students that she nominates to send to our program have consistently been among the top students that have come through the program, as well as the top few selected to travel on an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. each summer. So Nicole Wright from Northeast High School, if you'd make your way forward.
The Golden Apple Award Committee ventured to Northeast Lauderdale High School to find September's Golden Apple Teacher of the Month. Nicole Wright was a bit startled as we ambushed her 10th grade classroom.
I saw Mr. Mosley and I thought it may be some kind of tour. It was not any thought in my mind that I would have been receiving this award.
Northeast Principal Rob Calcote says Miss Wright is a wonderful influence.
She mentors a couple of English teachers that don't have very many years of experience. She does such a really, really good job in the classroom that nobody's going to be surprised. And as you've met her, she's very humble and doesn't like a lot of attention drawn to herself. So you couldn't have picked a better person as far as an instructor and a quality person.
I believe it's looking at each child as an individual, understanding what works for each child, what type of personality each child has, because some children are going to be quieter than others, and some, of course, are going to be more active than others. And understanding each child's personality, each child's need, helps understand how the classroom needs to be controlled, and, of course, how each child has to learn or needs to learn.
Receiving the Golden Apple Teacher Award reminded Miss Wright of one of her teachers.
Sandra Drummond was my 9th grade English teacher who pushed us beyond our limits. When we thought we couldn't, she told us we could. That's how I try to treat my kids. They think that they can't or it's too much to learn, but I push them anyway. And to have children who come back years later and tell me that I made a difference, or that, I helped them either, in their classes, and, or just, in life in general, that means the world to me. And I never thought that I would be that person. And of course, today has helped me realize maybe that I am.
On behalf of EMEPA and the community, I want to thank you for your dedication to our future leaders. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Introducing our partner in education, Richard Swartz, attorney at law, Richard and Swartz Associates.
Research has shown that student achievement is not only a product of individual and family background characteristics, but that teachers are one of the most important determinants of a student's performance. By providing students with a solid educational foundation and by enhancing and enriching their daily lives, teachers are vital to the future success of our children, our schools, and our communities. That is why we at Richard Swartz and Associates are proud to support our teachers and to be a part of the Golden Apple Award.
That's wonderful. Thank you for letting me be a part today. But the best way to describe the teacher coming up, Michelle West, is in the words of their own student, which I think were really touching. And I would paraphrase it. It said, my hero happens to wear a C on her chest for corny chemist, which is fantastic. And Mrs. West deserves the golden honor because her love for not only chemistry, but also her students make her one of the best teachers in the area. Her daily and constant reminders of things like, we are all atoms, so we all matter. We're destined to make anyone smile. To be honest, this is from the student, I dislike chemistry. However, Mrs. West teaches it and presents it in a way that leaves me intrigued to dig deeper into the many different theories and formulas. She has taught me what it means to work hard for what I want, persevere through obstacles, reach for my true dreams despite what society says is impossible, be an example to my peers, but most importantly, how to love myself and those around me. I can only hope that someday I will impact someone's life as much as she has mine. I'd like to present an award to Miss West. Miss C.
Most students at Meridian High School call her Mrs. West. Some refer to her as the corny chemist. But the Golden Apple Committee has named Meridian High School chemistry teacher Michelle West as the October winner of the Golden Apple Award.
My high school chemistry teacher actually inspired me to become a chemistry teacher, and I talk to my students about that. I draw on things, and it could be little jokes that he said that helped me learn it. It could be just the philosophy of, you know what, the most important thing is that you learn it. So if I've got to walk across the table to get a point across, or if we have to get up and do a dance about gases, we're going to do that. The most important thing is that you're learning.
Regine Spears nominated Mrs. West for the award. She says Mrs. West deserves to be recognized.
Well, Mrs. West is such a wonderful teacher, I think, to all of us here. And personally, I don't honestly like chemistry, but she makes it so interesting. She always tells us jokes and relative stories about her life that get us to understand chemistry. And I've just found like a new, a want and a desire to learn more about lots of subjects.
And why is she called the corny chemist?
Because she makes very corny jokes. Very corny, but they're funny. We're all atoms, so we all matter.
Oh.
Yes, things like that. But it makes the class so much funner when you just made that great on the quiz.
Mrs. West says receiving the Golden Apple Award is quite humbling.
You know, you hope you make an impact on students, and not just teaching chemistry, but an impact on their lives, and to realize that someone thought that much of me, it really is humbling and very honoring.
Congratulations.
You know, it's so fun to watch these and to know how these teachers have used whatever tactics necessary to keep the students engaged, from dancing on desks to the corny chemist to singing to the class. It's just remarkable, the passion and the energy these teachers have put into it. It's really neat. I'd like to introduce our partner in education, Sharonda Harper, Human Resources for Avery Dennison Corporation. Sharonda, can you come up and join us, please?
Avery Dennison is an office products division located right here in Meridian, Mississippi. We have been in business for over 35 years and employ approximately 300 people. Education is extremely important to us and our employees. It enables our workforce to be flexible. We have many formal training programs that are offered throughout the year, such as reading, mathematics, and computer skills. As a result, many of our employees are career-ready certified or are taking advantage of the courses to further their education.
Could Kathy Moody please come forward?
20 Northeast Middle School students nominated our November Golden Apple Teacher of the Month, and that speaks volumes on what 7th grade pre-algebra teacher Kathy Moody must mean to her students.
I nominated Miss Moody because she understood when someone wasn't getting something in class, and she would always go over it again and again until they got it, and it really helped me.
Mrs. Moody uses singing and dancing to keep her students engaged in the classroom.
I like to make it interesting. I can't stand for it to be boring, so that's why I like to put the songs into it and make it fun. And they've told me they like coming in there because it is fun. I can't stand for it to be boring.
She always taught us that doing funny things and dancing and singing helped us remember stuff. So when I sing a song or I do a dance to remember something, it always sticks.
She'll do absolutely anything to make it happen for the kids, and she also has a love for what she does, and she cares about the outcome, in this case, student achievement. And I think that's what makes anybody successful in any endeavor they choose.
Mrs. Moody says she was humbled to win the award, especially since so many students nominated her for it.
It was just very touching to think that that many students thought enough of me to nominate me. I truly can't even put it into words.
Great teachers are often guided by great philosophies, and Mrs. Moody is no different.
An older teacher told me one thing one time that I've kept with me, and it's true. Students don't care what you know unless they know that you care. Forget all the singing, dancing, whatever. If they don't know that you care about them, they don't care what you know. And that's true. And that's my simple philosophy of education.
We appreciate Kathy and we thank Kathy. And on behalf of the Golden Apple Award, we present her with this plaque.
And Ms. Moody, what a great philosophy. Our partner, I'd like to introduce our next partner in education, Bo Pittman, President and CEO of Muna Federal Credit Union.
We at Muna Federal Credit Union believe the education of our children is the foundation that we all start with. We believe we can achieve a quality education for all students with the help of those teachers who play an integral part in a child's life. Seeing the additional time and effort my wife has put in over the past 30 years as a teacher counselor has shown me that extra effort it takes for an educator to go above and beyond. We at Muna Federal Credit Union are committed to supporting the Golden Apple Award program because we believe teachers hold the key in bringing out the potential of every child to be unique and special to the world.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing us to be part of this program, Mike, Tim. It's really evolved over the last several months and become something really, truly special because just like our teacher of the month, Dawn Powell, could you come forward?
And the December Golden Apple Award winner is Ms. Dawn Powell.
This is Dawn Powell, a kindergarten teacher at Newton City Elementary School, and she's December's Golden Apple Award winner.
And when they called my name out, I was just stunned because there's so many deserving teachers here at the school. I don't want to pat myself on the back because there's so many more that deserve probably more than I do.
Of course, Mrs. Powell's co-workers disagree with her. Gina Gordon, the gifted teacher at Newton Elementary, nominated her for the award. Mrs. Gordon says she had a very personal reason for doing so.
One day a student was leaving, moving away, and the child was so distraught and was hugging her so much and saying, "I love you, Miss Powell, I love you, Miss Powell," and she just hugged him and said, "I love you too." It really tore at my heartstrings because it made me want to be that kind of teacher.
Principal Dean Reed echoes the sentiment.
She's an outstanding teacher. She cares about her babies, and our babies, she loves them like they're her own. She's very humble. She was always giving credit to other people, and that's very, it just says a lot about a person. She didn't want to pat herself on the back, but she's deserving of this award, and we're excited for her.
Mrs. Powell's teaching philosophy sums up the reason she's such an exceptional teacher.
Every child can learn. You have different learning styles, but you have to make sure that you get the one that struggles just as well as you can get the ones that are on the high end. But they all can learn. They just learn at different levels. And that to be there for your children, to love them, because it may be the only love that they get, be there to help them whenever they need help, but also show them, how to act, manners, and things that they may need in the, in the grown-up world.
Dawn, thank you for getting all these kids started on the right path because you're the first one they have, first teacher they have.
Our partner in education, Frank Bisecki, President and CEO of First Mississippi Federal Credit Union. Frank, would you come up and join us, please?
Hello, my name is Frank Bisecki. I'm President and CEO of First Mississippi Federal Credit Union. At First Mississippi, education is important to us, a worthy contribution to our lives in that it makes us more responsible individuals. Through education, we get to know our history, culture, absorbing knowledge that instills values. Education opens our minds and allows us to expand our horizon. There is no doubt that an educated person is not only a better individual, but a productive one. You've got to admit that's a true Southern accent, and I've got it. I've got to say one thing about the Golden Apple program. It has certainly been an eye-opening event for us at First Mississippi, and being a part of the program, it gave us an opportunity to be able to see what our educational system was all about. I commend our city and county supervisors, the school system, for the outstanding job that they're doing to offer a brighter future for our youth today. And when I read some of the words that not only the parents but the faculty members as well as the students nominating their teachers for the Golden Apple Award, one came across that I truly enjoyed, and it's one that you can read in your pamphlet that's handed out. It's about a military couple that came and relocated to Meridian. And they had a child. They enrolled in one of our school systems, and the child had some struggles in understanding. And I can understand from the amount of transitions that these folks go through that it can be pretty tough on the child. But anyway, this particular educator, took it upon herself, and this is in want and as well as desire to help that child to learn and understand so that it would have that kind of an impact on that child to move forward in life. And that particular educator is Emily Lee. And she is one of those standout teachers that has that desire to want to do the best job that she possibly can, in moving the child forward in their learning abilities. If you would, help me give a big hand to Emily Lee. Hi there.
How are you?
Northeast Elementary School was the latest stop on the Golden Apple Teacher of the Month tour, and fourth grade teacher Emily Lee was chosen as January's Teacher of the Month. How does she feel about winning?
Shocked, extremely grateful, excited, very excited.
Tammy Crow, principal at Northeast Elementary, says Mrs. Lee is an integral part of the school staff.
She is on our leadership team, she's on our art integration team, and she's also a leader in the professional learning community for fourth grade. She serves our school in so many ways that we're just very, very proud of her, and we appreciate all of her hard work and all the extra time that she gives to the students and the staff at Northeast Elementary.
As you would expect, Mrs. Lee has a sound philosophy that she teaches by.
I want them to be loved. That is my main thing. I tell people, they say, what is the key? And I say, I think for me, it's that I genuinely love my kids. I care about their families. I care about how they feel. I care about what they're doing outside of school. I love them. And I tell people, I don't have 3 kids, I have 28 kids.
During last year's testing, Mrs. Lee's class did something no one else's did.
They scored either proficient or advanced on the MCT2, and that's quite a feat. We were so excited for her class, and we still are.
Emily Lee is a shining example of what the Golden Apple Award is all about, and you can see it in the passion she has for her students.
As long as I can remember that I want to be a teacher. My parents are teachers. I love being with these children, and I love being with their families, and I love getting to know them, and I love being a part of their life.
Thank you for having taken
In introducing our next partner in education, Dennis Florite, President and CEO of Meridian Mutual Federal Credit Union.
What is your definition of education? Is it the process of learning and acquiring information, or of studying a particular subject matter? Whatever your definition is, the Golden Apple Award program is about our teachers helping the children and young adults learn so they can build for their success. Meridian Mutual has a 60-year history of supporting education, and we are proud to be a sponsor of the Golden Apple Award program and to support our teachers in their daily walk of educating our young people. And yes, we are proud to be a part of this program. It's been just a fun school year for us, and going to each of the schools. So when we got in February, we went back to a school where there was a second winner. And of course, I think because the first time when the school did it, they knew Well, they went all out, I guess I'll say it like that. So the second time, maybe they knew what was going on, but of course the teacher didn't know who the winner was going to be. So Debbie Wedgeworth, come up here, please.
Most schools would be honored to have a teacher win the Golden Apple Award. Northeast Middle School just got their second winner. Under the pretense of a Valentine's Day party, we sprang the surprise on gifted teacher Debbie Wedgeworth.
After 26 years of teaching, it's just amazing to have something like this. I know that I love what I do. I know I love my kids, but to have other people realize how much I love my kids really means something special to me.
At least 10 teachers nominated Mrs. Wedgeworth for the Golden Apple Award.
She is very compassionate. She cares about her students, not just in the classroom, but outside of the classroom as well. And everything she does extends beyond what she does here at school.
Positive reinforcement is part of Mrs. Wedgeworth's teaching philosophy.
I think the main thing that I like to inspire my kids with is the fact that you can do anything that you want to. A lot of it has to come with, a positive attitude, to know yourself. Many times we cut ourselves short, and I tell them that you cut yourself short if you don't try. You never know what you can do until you try to do it.
Principal Billy Burnham is proud to have a second teacher win the award from his school and says he's happy Mrs. Wedgeworth was chosen.
She does a great job being part of that team. She will take adverse situations and turn them into positive, and she's always willing to do anything that we ask of her.
I just want to thank everybody for this. It was a complete surprise, and like I said, I feel undeserving of it because I feel there's so many people in that room right over there that deserve it, I feel like, more than I do. But I do appreciate the honor, and I appreciate the fact that it came from some of my students and my peers.
So let me introduce to you our partner in education, Dr. Stephen Brown, Dean and Associate Vice President for Mississippi State University, Meridian, right here at Calmus Auditorium. You're right at home, Dr. Brown. Come join us, please.
My professional career might never have gotten off the ground without the support and encouragement of a teacher who saw in me more ability than I recognized within myself. I was not really an inspired student until this man helped me realize that ability. For the same reason, I believe the Golden Apple Award is so important for our schools and our community. Jack Ballard provided for me the guidance and inspiration that permitted some level of accomplishment. I'm so pleased that through this award, we're able to recognize just a few of the countless teachers who are even today setting the stage for wonderful futures for so many of our students. I can only hope I look better in person. I'm sure each of you in this room, as well as I can, you can recall a special teacher you had at some time or another. Someone who sparked your imagination, who prodded, who encouraged, who urged you to try to become more than you thought you could become. Through thought, word, and action, and even tried to help prepare you for opportunities in the future that don't even exist right now. A real quick personal note about that. When we first began this program last fall, we had an opportunity each month to look through all the nominees, and we're supposed to be able to select one. The first month's nominees showed up here in the office, and I read the first one and thought, well, there's no way anyone's going to be any better than this. We've got it on the first letter. Then I read the second one, and it was a little stronger. By the time I got to the fourth or fifth nomination, I had delegated that process to someone else. There's no way in this world. I can't make that sort of determination. There are so many outstanding teachers, so many excellent teachers out there, and I'd like for you to meet one of those now. We're very proud to take part in this. I hope you'll forgive us a little bit of individual pride as we mention that MSU Meridian was able to provide a couple of degrees to our recipient of the Golden Apple Award. We recognize the critical importance of classroom teachers like Ms. Beth Lang, the March Golden Apple Award winner. We like to think that maybe we even had a small part in some of the success she's enjoyed as a kindergarten teacher at Poplar Springs Elementary School. We're proud and honored to join with these other sponsors in supporting the Golden Apple Awards And we absolutely salute Ms. Lang and all the other winners present, as well as all those who were nominated for the award. Ms. Lang, please come join us up here.
Our March winner of the Golden Apple Teacher of the Month Award is Beth Lang. She is a kindergarten teacher at Poplar Springs Elementary School. Mrs. Lang explains in her own words how the Golden Apple Committee sprang the surprise.
Well, at first I thought we were doing a community helper presentation. So when they mentioned Claire Hassel's name, which is one of my parents, I thought, oh no. And then I realized that she had nominated me. I teach her child, Katie Hassel, and very humbling, and I was really caught off guard, but I'm so pleased that our school has been recognized and that so many community stakeholders have given of their time and funds to help support education in Meridian, Mississippi.
Claire Hassel says she nominated Mrs. Lang because of the way she handles her daughter Katie, who has cerebral palsy and is hearing impaired.
We were very nervous about her transition to mainstream kindergarten. We didn't know how the students would receive her or how the teachers would be able to handle the challenges that she presents. And the minute we met Miss Lang, she didn't see any of those as challenges. She saw it as an opportunity to help create that family atmosphere that she was talking about. The kids in this classroom go out of their way to help not only Katie but each other because of Miss Lang's example.
Mrs. Lang enjoys teaching the kindergartners. She says they're like little sponges that love to soak up knowledge.
They're just so excited about coming to school, and they're ready to learn and absorb everything that you share with them, especially when it comes to literacy and writing. When you see a child learning how to read or learning how to solve math problems in a real applicable way, it's almost like seeing, when you see their light go on, then I'm reliving that for myself for the first time, when you see the excitement on their face. Kind of like Christmas morning through the eyes of a child, but it happens in my classroom every day.
In introducing our next partner in education, Marty Davidson, Chairman of the Board of Southern Pipe and Supply.
My grandfather started Southern Pipe in 1938 with my father and uncle, so this year is our 75th anniversary. The foundation of our success are the people of Meridian, both our employees and customers. The education of our employees and customers in Meridian made them better at what they do in life and made us a better company. We believe education is important, and that's why we support the Golden Apple Award. Teachers make better employees, companies, and a better America. Our educational system made America great in the past, and it will make America great in the future.
Okay. So I've aged a little bit since us partnering with this program. My name is Jay Davidson. I'm standing in for my father, Marty Davidson, and Southern Pipe and Supply is just so fortunate to be aligned with this program. Without education, there is no future. And here tonight, we're presenting the best of the best. And on behalf of the entire company at Southern Pipe, I want to thank all of you for the enormous positive impact you're making on our community. Thank you. And I'm going to be presenting the award here tonight to Miss Amanda. She has got 8th graders, right? I mean, the height of puberty. And it is amazing that what she has accomplished with this group in science at Carver. Just amazing. Her commitment, her ability to make relationships and to make science fun for all of them is just impressive. So I'd like to present to Amanda Kroll, if you wouldn't mind coming up, please.
Carver Middle School is where the Golden Apple Teacher of the Month for April spends time enlightening the youth of Meridian. Mrs. Amanda Kroll is this month's winner. She's the 8th grade science teacher, and her students refer to her as the mad scientist. Principal Tiffany Plott says that nominating Mrs. Kroll was something she felt very compelled to do.
Ms. Kroll's just one of those teachers who is very dedicated to what she does. She's a wonderful role model to the students here at Carver. She grew up going to Carver Middle School, graduated from Meridian High School, went to college to be a teacher. She dreamed of being a teacher her whole life, went to the Boys and Girls Club, volunteered work there. She lives in the same neighborhood as these kids live in, so you know, what better teacher to be a role model and to show these kids that if you set your mind to something that you can achieve your goals.
Saying Mrs. Kroll was shocked when the Golden Apple Committee entered her class would be an understatement.
I thought I was in trouble, and I was thinking in my head, whatever they think I did, I didn't do it.
She says that building a relationship with her students is a key to having success in the classroom.
My main focus with my children is not on what I teach per se, but on the relationships that I build with them. Because if I can build a relationship with them, they'll listen to anything I say, they'll believe anything that I tell them. And the main thing I want them to believe is that I believe in them. And if I believe in them, they're going to believe in themselves. Everything I teach them, I try to relate it back to life. I just give you an example. We talk about genetics. I may throw in marriage and relationships, which is something at this age they're really thinking about. So if I can make it relative to them, then that's what I try to do. I feel like if I show them I care about them enough, they're going to start believing it. You're not going to leave my classroom at the end of the school year and not believe that you can be successful. That's just not going to happen.
Thank you very much.
Jay needs some help on those stairs. All right, let me introduce to you Eddie Kelly, Division Manager with Mississippi Power. Would you please come up and join us, Eddie?
At Mississippi Power, we believe knowledge is a powerful tool. We are committed to supporting opportunities for excellence and learning in the communities we serve. We are proud to sponsor the Golden Apple Awards that recognize those who are helping to make Mississippi a better place, our teachers. There are many great educators in our local classrooms working hard to strengthen the knowledge and improve the future of our students. The next time you see a teacher, make sure you thank them for laying the foundation of a better Mississippi.
Will I get to do the last one? Yesterday, we celebrated our national military heroes, but tonight we celebrate our heroes of education. And one of those heroes is Jeremy Smith from Southeast High School. Jeremy, come on up.
Jeremy Smith, the construction technology teacher at Southeast Lauderdale, is the Golden Apple Teacher of the Month award winner for May. The Golden Apple Committee surprised him during a staff meeting.
It was just kind of shocking. I never expected for anybody to nominate me for an award like that. I mean, we kind of just go about every day doing what we do, and it just kind of took me by surprise. It made me feel greatly appreciated, though.
Principal Dwayne Taylor says Jeremy has a special knack for working with his students.
You know, I was telling somebody just yesterday about Jeremy from going into his classes and, you know, just making my rounds. I hear a lot of stuff, and he reminds me of a coach down there sometimes. He seems to know when that he needs to be, you know, pretty hard on them, and other times when to lighten up a little bit. And, you know, I want to say one more thing. He's learned that in 2 years, and I think some teachers, it takes them a whole career to learn it.
Senior Katie Sumrall is one of Jeremy Smith's students. She says nominating him was a no-brainer.
Mr. Smith always pushes me to try it by myself, not just to watch him do it, but try it by myself. There's only one thing that I do not know how to do in there, and that's welding, and I was scared to do it. But he still made me do it because he had faith in me that I could do it. Mr. Smith has always had faith in me. He's always pushed me to do my hardest. He's never given up on me because I don't have a father figure to teach me stuff like that, and he does. I could pretty much build a whole house from bottom to top right now.
Mr. Smith has one key thing he tries to get across to his students.
Integrity is important in all aspects of life, from being a student to being a teacher to being whatever you're going to be. To me, it's the most important thing, and I think if you can teach that and relate that and show students that they will in turn mimic that and go out and be successful.
Jeremy, some people go through a whole lifetime and wonder if they made a difference. You and the rest of these teachers, you don't have that problem.
So with that, we have a list of 10 fabulous teachers, and let me just say, please, to the 10 teachers that were honored here tonight, thank you for not being ordinary, but for being extraordinary in the classroom. Your contribution to this community, to education, and to all those things that education affects is greatly appreciated by this group, and that's why we're here tonight, to say thank you. So we also want to say thank you to our table sponsors. Once again,
thank you to EMBDC, Lockheed Martin, Woodstock Furniture, New South Ford Nissan, Van Zyverden, John O'Neill Johnson Toyota, Little Caesars and Popeyes, Leading Edges, and Citizens National Bank. Thank you again.
And to our other partners in education, our title sponsors and our key sponsors, thank you all very much for being there throughout the entire year. You guys are involved in monthly meetings to discuss this. We constantly work to try to improve this program to make sure it stayed relevant and significant to the community. And I want to thank each of you for your participation and your role in making that happen. So guess what? I think everybody here would kind of like to know who Teacher of the Year is. We had this custom-made trophy that we want to be able to award to somebody tonight. So let me tell you a little bit about that. Our Board of Partners in Education chose 2 of their top 10 of the teachers that we had. We picked 2 of the 10. And then the top vote getter was our winner. Every teacher got a vote, but one stood out. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Out of 501 total nominations, 184 different teachers were nominated in 48 different schools in our area. And one teacher rose to the top of that list.
I nominated Miss Moody because she taught us songs and dances to help us learn and remember formulas for things, and she always had a funny way of telling us things so we remembered.
I nominated Ms. Moody because she worked hard to get the award. She held class before and after school. She helped everyone know the lesson. If they didn't get it, they came to see her before and after class, and she helped break it down to each individual person.
Miss Moody is the best teacher I've ever had because she made learning fun by singing and dancing in class, and I really enjoyed her last year.
And we want to thank the Partners in Education for making this program such a huge success in our area to recognize quality teachers. And we're obviously of our teacher, Miss Moody, and I'm very proud that she was picked. As we have a lot of great teachers here, and so it's a great honor to be singled out as one of the best.
Kathy Moody, the 2013 Golden Apple Teacher of the Year. Please come to the stage to accept your award.
Miss Moody, I was told you might cry. I told her it was a very real possibility. She might get emotional at this moment. We are so proud of you. Would you like to say anything?
Maybe.
Okay.
Could you all pretend to be 7th graders? I would just like to thank the Partners in Education. You just don't know how much this means to me. Teaching means everything to me. And just a minute.
Take your time. Take your time. We all here give you plenty of time.
I want to thank my students who nominated me. This is a fact. I have the best students anywhere. I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you facts. I have the best students anywhere. I hope I'm not offending anybody, but that's the fact. I also have the best principal anywhere. Hope I'm not offending anybody. Billy Burnham. You know, it's easy to be the best when you're led by the best, and he leads by example, and I appreciate it. I have the best teachers. Ms. Wedgeworth, all of you deserved it as much as I did, and I'm almost embarrassed to take it, but I'm tickled pink. I'm tickled. And one more thing. Wait a minute, I forgot what it is. My husband's folded a lot of clothes to help me continue with my passion, which is teaching, and I appreciate my family, my husband, and I appreciate y'all so much. I'm almost embarrassed to take something for something I love to do. It's a hobby.
We have a little more to offer you.
You do? Okay.
So you get this trophy, but I think you may not remember in this moment right now.
I don't remember anything.
But when we did the Teacher of the Month, we told you that the Teacher of the Year got a great trophy, but you also get a check for something.
Oh, I do?
$2,500.
No! Do I have to give it to Mr. Burnham?
You don't have to give it to Mr. Burnham. Now you understand, if you try to take this check into Walmart or someplace, you might have a little trouble with it, so we'll get you a real check, okay? All right, now in addition to that, we have more, right?
I don't know, dude.
Behind door number 3, or, no, okay. So, in addition to that, you were able to select, every one of our 10 teachers was able to select one student that they would like to honor with a scholarship. And you got to pick a student. Do you want to tell us who that student was?
Yes, Inger Marie Slaughter.
You want to tell us about Inger?
Inger Marie Slaughter. She's a senior at Northeast High School.
Why did you pick Inger?
I just felt like she was deserving of it. She does a lot of things for a lot of people. Not only is she a great academic student, but she's just a very caring girl who does a lot of things for senior citizens and just cares about people, not just about herself, and just she just does a lot of things for people besides herself, and just a very caring student. Did she get the scholarship?
She gets a scholarship for $2,500 in your name.
No.
Miss Inger Slaughter. We knew that if we invited Inger here for this, that everybody would know who won. So Inger is not here, but we will give you the opportunity to tell her and present the check to her for a scholarship in your name.
Thank you. You gonna tell me all this later?
We'll remind you of everything. All right, so we're going to ask you to stick around so we can take some pictures and all that good stuff. But in the meantime, we just want to tell everybody here, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this with us. It's a very special evening, and we're just so glad you could share it with us. And with that, we'll say good night. Thank you.
Oh, I'm just so excited. It just means the world to me. There were those 10 teachers that any one of them could have gotten it, and I just feel so excited and so humble to have won it over all those 10 teachers. I would just like to thank the Meridian Family of Statius for sponsoring the Golden Apple Award and recognizing teachers for just doing our job, and I'd like to thank them for this great program. I chose Inger Marie Slaughter because not only does she stand out academically, but she stands out just as a fine young lady who cares about people in her community and is just a caring young lady. She's not just academically gifted, but she's just so compassionate and caring about not only young people her age, but older people as well.